Hello students, how are you? Now we'll start our ninth chapter, Fundamental Rights, Fundamental Duties and Directive Principles of the State Policy. In the eighth chapter, we studied Indian Constitution, preamble and its important pillars, as well as specific characteristics also. So in this chapter, students, we are going to study about the important characteristics of the Constitution. Okay, that is fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and directive principles of the state policies. Students, in this chapter, you are going to study about the 6 fundamental rights, then fundamental duties. 11 fundamental duties are given in the textbook, and directive principles of the state policy. So now the topic which I am going to explain to you students right now, just pay attention over here, and whenever I am telling you for underlining the MCQs, you have to underline it, and before that you have to open the textbook also. Now human rights. You know very well students, what do you mean by rights? Human rights are those rights which not only give a person his and her basic existence, but also overall development in which society helps to construct an environment which leads him, enable him to grow. Means rights are very necessary for the overall growth and the development of the human being. In every democratic country like India, the citizens are conferred with the basic rights. Conferred means what? To discuss something with somebody before making decision. Citizens are given with the basic rights. A person is not discriminated. Discriminated means भेदभाव नहीं होता है. On the basis of caste can experience the basic rights. The protection of these rights is assured by the society and the nation as well. This means what? Our rights are protected by our society and nation. How do we obtain our rights? So the person by his birth owns rights, which are his and her basic rights, which are known as human rights. After taking the birth, once we have taken the birth, we own the rights, and these rights are called as basic rights and which are known as human rights. Students, United Nations General Assembly. Students, you are going to learn this United Nations, UNO about. This UNO, United Nations Organization, was established after the Second World War in the year 1945. Okay, in order to prevent the world from the Third World War. So, General Assembly, that one of the organ of the United Nations, has declared the human rights on 10th December 1948. Students, you have to underline these for your MCQ. Okay, human rights that declared by General Assembly of United Nations on 10th December 1948. That's why 10th December celebrated as Human Rights Day. Students, for the MCQ you have to remember 10th December celebrated as Human Rights Day. From the global announcement of human rights, certain basic and important human rights are added in the Constitution of India. Thereby these rights are protected in a dignified way, very respectful way. Certain rights are included in the constitutions of India, and these rights are protected. Thus, those human rights which are included by Constitution of India are known as fundamental rights. The human rights which included by the Constitution of India are considered as fundamental rights. So total 6 fundamental rights are there: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of the religion, cultural and educational rights, and rights to constitutional remedies. Clear? These human rights proclaim the human being to live a dignified way. Proclaim means घोषणा करना, announces the human beings to live their life dignified way, means आदर सम्मान के साथ. Okay, for the existence of human beings, the basic needs, you know, students, which are our basic needs: food, clothes, shelter, education, health. These all are our basic needs. We need all these basic needs to live our life happily. Should received in a dignified way, respectful, man maryadapurn, and respectable way. Democratic country allow its citizens to enjoy equal rights for multifaceted development. Multifaceted means overall development of the human being. So our country, India is a democratic country, allow its citizens to enjoy all the rights equally. The states guarantee such a conducive environment. The state guarantees such a conducive environment means what? Helping and making something happen. That's considered conducive environment, wherein one has protection of fundamental rights and true identity of the democratic system. So students, from this paragraph you have to learn what do you mean by human rights. Human rights are those rights which person owns after taking the birth, and these rights are very necessary for the overall development of the human beings. Clear? So these are known as these rights are considered as basic rights and which are known as human rights. So United Nations General Assembly has declared human rights on 10th December 1948. That you have to remember. That's why we celebrate 10th December as a Human Rights Day. And the rights which are included in the Constitution, that rights are considered as fundamental rights. Now students, you know what do you mean by human rights? Now rights which are included by Constitution of India are known as fundamental rights. Now I'm going to teach you the most important topic now students, the fundamental rights. Nation stability means sthirta, means no ups and downs. Protection of the citizens' freedom, our freedom and democracy are protected through fundamental rights. Now students, pay attention over here. Here total 6 fundamental rights are given to you. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against the exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural, educational rights, rights to the constitutional remedies. Students, you have to learn all the rights. You have to write it down in your fair book as a short note. All the rights. For example, I am going to explain you the right to equality. So, in the textbook, right to equality, that is given in the totally 3 paragraphs. So, this will ask for either 3 or 4 marks, students, in the section C or section D. So, this is too big. From these 3 paragraphs, at least you have to write it down 9 to 10 points. You have to comprehend the answer and you have to develop the habit of writing down the answer by your own. Clear? So you have to write it down all the short notes of the fundamental rights. Now I am going to explain you right to equality. You know what do you mean by equality? Okay? Equality before law. Equality, equal protection of law are included in the right to equality. It means that all are equal, whether rich, whether poor, okay, whether living in the in the metropolitan cities, whether is living in the forest, so these all the people are equal before the law. This fundamental right is the major foundation of all other rights and privileges guarantee to the Indian citizens. Okay, so guarantee is given to them. It is one of privileges guarantee means wishes adhikar, special rights given to the citizens of India. It is one of the chief guarantee of the Constitution of India. It is imperative, means very important. Imperative means what, students? Very important that every citizen of India has easy access, means find the way to the court to exercise his and her right to equality. So any citizen of India can easily go to the court to exercise his and her right to the equality. According to this right, no person shall be shown favoritism on the basis of color, caste, creed, and language. No specialization, no favoritism. All are equal. Okay, in the eyes of the law. Law is equal to the all person, whether son of the prime minister or the chief minister. If that person has committed any crime, that person is liable to get the punishment. Means what? Punishment given to that person. From the peon to the prime minister, if they act against the law, if they break the law, they are treated equally. They are bound to the general court of law. Means they are liable to get the punishment. Punishments, equal punishment given to them. So what? If they are peon or if they are prime minister. Okay. So however, president and governors have certain privileges. Means privileges का मतलब होता है special right, विशेष अधिकार. Okay. So president and governors have certain privileges. Means right to equality, equal law, equal justice given to the all the persons, those who are living in our country, whether they are rich, whether they are poor, whether they belong to different caste and creed, and whether they are speaking different languages. In each and every circumstances, the law should prevail equally. Means law that all are equal in the eyes of the law. There should not be any discrimination, means bhedbhav, or specific favoritism shown to any particular person and or the class. Every law should be equally disseminated. Every law should be disseminated, means spread. Every person shall have equal admittance to the public places. Means whether the person is rich or poor, all have equal rights to go to the shops, restaurants, hotels, public entertainment places, have equal access to roads, lake, and use the public wells and bathing gardens. These all are public properties. In the restaurants also, the private restaurant also, nobody denies you. All have equal rights. However, the state has the right to make any special arrangement for women and children for the development of any socially and educationally backward class, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. You know, students, the reservations, quotas and seats are there. So that government has to make certain reservation for the women and the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. No citizen shall be discriminated on the basis of race, caste, religion, creed, descent or place of birth in respect of any government services. All have equal right to give the government a competitive examination. Okay, nobody the discriminated, means कोई भेदभाव नहीं होता है. And higher education under the state. Then in the matters of state public service, that is considered as GPSC, equal opportunities have been offered to all the citizens, those who are living in that particular states. However, the state is given permission to make decisions regarding required qualification for said service. State is demanding the required qualification. As guarantee to social justice, to personal dignity, untouchability is abolished, means removed. Its practice in any form is prohibited, means banned, and it is considered as punishable offense. Offense means guna. So untouchability should not be practiced. It should be abolished. Title and affidavits means an adjective or phrase that is used to describe somebody, which create artificial discrimination in the society, have been removed. The adjective used before the names like Sir, Diwanji, Rai Bahadur, that should be removed. After independence, the government, in order to felicitate the special contribution, achievements of the individual in various fields give special awards. Means the person, those who have achieved something great in his life, that should be felicitate, means congratulate with the awards that government given to them. Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, Paramvir Chakra is awarded in military service. So the adjective like general, major, chief marshal, field marshal are added before the names in the military service, which is not considered as a violation of the right to equality. Means they did something great. That's why certain adjectives that given by the government like general, major, chief marshal, so that is not considered as the breaking violation of the right to equality. So the aim of this right is to form equitable societies, thereby establish the rule of law in India. So certain titles should be removed, but government has given the award to the person, those who have done outstanding things in their life, with the awards of Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, and certain titles given to the army men like general, major, chief marshal, that not considered as the breaking or violation of the right to equality. Now to provide the specific service to different types of group and class, there can be different types of provisions under the law. For example, there are different laws for the advocate, means lawyers, doctor, teacher, insurance agency, women, juveniles, means low age group. The principles of equal pay for equal work is also a part of this article. So students, there are different law for the servicemen, those who are doing the service, such as advocate, doctor, teacher, insurance agencies, women's and juveniles. So equal pay should be given to the equal work. So it's also the part of an article. Now another fundamental rights, right to freedom. Students, you have to learn this for your 3 to 4 mark question. It will ask either explain the fundamental rights, right to freedom, or as a short notes wise also it will ask. So students, so in short you have to learn all the 6 rights. Clear? So here the right to freedom, it's also given big in this textbook, so you have to comprehend the answers. From these at least 9 to 10 points you have to write it down, students. Clear? Now second fundamental rights, right to freedom. Students, you know what do you mean by freedom? Okay, so Constitution of India provide the citizens of India 6 types of freedom. 6 types of freedom given to you. Number 1, freedom of speech and expression. You have a freedom of speech, means you can speak out, okay, whatever you feels, and expressions, okay, you can express your ideas and everything. So freedom of speech and expression means whatever happened to you, injustice, whatever happened to you, that you have to speak out. Second, to assemble peacefully without arm. Assemble means to gather peacefully, okay, without arms, no weapons and all. Third, to form association or unions. You can make the groups, okay, form association, and for the groups you can freedom is given to you. Next point, to move freely throughout the territory of India. You can move freely from north to south, from east to west. There is no restriction. Fifth point, to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. Freedom is given to you, whether you want to live in the northern side, if you want to live in the southern side, freedom is given to you. You can live in any part of the India, there is no restriction. Sixth point, to practice any profession. You can do any business or occupation, or you can do any job, okay, trade or business, there is no restriction. So these most important six fundamental freedoms that included in the constitution, students, you have to write it down, these six. Okay, so remaining 3 paragraphs you just find it out, comprehend the answer, and at least for this right to freedom 9 to 10 points you have to write it down. These rights are utmost importance, means great importance. Utmost means great. Important for the overall development of the personality and expression of the Indian citizens, for harmonious working of democracy and healthy lifestyle. In simple words, these rights are very important for the development of the human beings and the smooth working of the democracy of India and the healthy lifestyle of the human beings. Any individual cannot exercise this freedom autonomously. Autonomously means with the freedom to act, or irresponsibly. The state can control and limit this right to freedom if they go against the welfare, peace, security of the society. Means these all the freedom that controlled by the government of India. If any person act against the certain laws and peace and securities of the society that is in the danger, the state can control and put the limit on this right. So this has been clearly mentioned in the constitution. So it has been stated that in the constitution how the rights are exercised within the limit, maintaining the law and order. Indian citizens have been given the freedom of speech and expression. This can be expressed either orally, verbally, or through gestures, but does not provide for exercise these rights in unlimited and unrestrained manner. You have a freedom of speech. Any injustice occurred, you can speak out. Okay, with orally if you want to say, verbally you can say, and gestures means ishara, whatever it may be, the gestures. But do not exercise these rights in unlimited and unrestrained manner. Certain control should be there, limitation should be there. The state would require control through law and order for maintaining the unity and integrity of India. So state put the control over the human beings. Safety of the state for amicable relation for the foreign nations, made or done in the friendly way. Amicable relation with the foreign nation, because our country has to maintain the relationship with the other countries also. Public arrangement, public peace, compromise, safety, morality, discipline. Contempt of the court means not following the laws, defamation, and provoking violence for the crime. Provoking means ushkerna, violence for the crime. So state should put the control and the law and order should be there. It is the authority of judiciary whether this many limitations are appropriate or inappropriate. The purpose behind the freedom of press through which the ideas, opinions put forth for the public welfare has not been separately mentioned. It can be included in the right to expression. Students, whenever the peace of the country put in the danger, the state uses the law and order, control the entire situation. Clear? It is the right of the government. If any contempt of the court, if anybody break the law and provoking the violence for the crime, the state necessarily put the control over them. And judiciary has to check whether these many limitations are appropriate or inappropriate. Judiciary means the judge of High Court or Supreme Court. That has to make it the limitation. The limitation are appropriate or inappropriate. What is the purpose behind the freedom of press? That through which ideas, opinion put for the public welfare has not been separately mentioned. That is the right to expression. The latest amendment means changes. In 2009, free and compulsory education that given for the children for 6 to 14 years. The children 6 to 14 years free and compulsory education given to them. If the person is not convicted for a crime, means वो गुनेगार नहीं है, not criminal, then he cannot be sentenced to punishment, means punishment should not be given to him, or more punishment than one prescribed by the law. Cannot be given punishment more than once, cannot be given to the same convicted person. No individual can be deprived means not getting, of his life and liberty except by the procedure of the law. No one can be arrested without being told ground for such a war arrest, okay, or warrant. If the person is arrested, he has the right to defend himself, अपने आप को बचा सकता है, by the lawyer or his and her choice. An arrested person has to be brought before the near magistrate within 24 hours. Without the permission, no individual can be kept in the custody. No person can be kept in the custody. As per the Prohibition Act, the person under arrest will not be applicable to the aforesaid matters. So that person, those who are convicted, convicted person has the right to put himself, okay, defend himself. Clear? And students, from these 6 points that you have to write it down, clear? And from the last paragraph, write down 6 to 14 years. The child has a right to get free and compulsory education. The age group 6 to 14 years. Preventive detention, students. Preventive detention is the question that given question number in that the fifth one, write about preventive detention. So this whole paragraph will come, students, so pay attention. If the state anticipates means what? To expect something to be happen, expectation, something will happen in the future. Any criminal deed or activity from a person means a criminal will do something in the future. Then for the precautionary measure, that person can be detained by the state under the Preventive Detention Act. Detain means stop, रोक लेना. So by the state under the Preventive Detention Act. If the state anticipate means expect करता है in future the criminal will do any criminal activities, so that state will stop him or detain him for the precautionary measure that considered as Preventive Detention Act. Why state is doing such thing? The main aim to not to punish the convict, वो गुनहगार को punish नहीं करना है, but to stop him from doing any criminal activity against the state. Stop the activity which he has planned in his mind. Clear? To stop such activity, the person detained. So that is considered as preventive detention. Society or any individual under this act, the person can be detained. For how many months उसको detain करके रखा है? The person can detain not more than 3 months. That you have to remember, students. Not more than 3 months. The detention order can be cancelled. This order can be cancelled based on the opinion of the judge of the Supreme Court and member of the advisory board. The detained person can apply in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court judge has a power to cancel the order of detention. Clear? The state can decide the term of the detention. I hope you followed, student, this. Clear? So this is very important. If the state anticipates means expect any criminal activities, criminal deed from the criminal, so the state detain that criminal. Clear? Now write against the exploitation. Now students, you have heard about the child labor. Child below the 14 years of age working under the tea stalls in the restaurants and wiping the cars glass of the cars during the traffic jam. This is all considered as the exploitation, students. So right against the exploitation. If any person is doing such activity, hire the child labor whose age is below the 14 years, that person is considered as means that under the law that person should be arrested. The main object of constitution to see any person does not suffer from exploitation. Exploitation means shoshan at the hands of the another person. An exploitation free society is established. Mostly we can see such situation occur in the villages where the farmers, landless farmers are higher on the land. Okay, they are working from early in the morning to evening, but the landlords of the farm, the owner of the farm paid nothing or paid very little. That considered as exploitation. That is the object of constitution through this right that human trafficking, drudgery, slavery, forced labors are banned. Human trafficking means what? The women's are, trafficking for labor, forced labor, and everything. And drudgery means what? Drudgery means what? Hard and boring work. Slavery means gulami. And forced labor, they do not want to do the work, but forcibly they are, they supposed to do. So forced labor, that should be banned. The violation of this right is punishable offense. The person, those who are not following this right, that considered as punishable offense. Offense means guna. Illegal trade of the children and women and forced labor or imposed slavery, work without pay, old drudgery system has to be ended through this right. Clear? So in many times the children's, trafficking of the children and women for the forced labor, slavery, gulam banate hain, they are giving work but without pay, no salary given. Old drudgery system means bore and hard work given to them, that system should be end, and through this right. To take work from any person without paying them or paying them less than minimum wages, force or imposed labor is punishable act. To take work from any person, if any person just taking out the work from the other person without paying them or paying very less wages, force or imposed labor is considered as punishable act. Any child under the age of 14 cannot be made to work in the factory, mine or any dangerous profession, garage, hotel, cannot be employed as a household servant. That considered as punishable offense. Means एक बहुत बड़ा गुनाह है. The child under the age of the 14 cannot be employed either in factory, mining में, any dangerous profession like in a chemical factories, in the garage, in the hotel, so that cannot be kept as a house servant also, that considered as punishable offense. Under the Prohibition of Child Labor Act, all these are punishable offense. एक गुनाह है under the Prohibition of Child Labor Act. Necessary service, mandatory service can be sought from any person from the purpose of public welfare of the state military services in the fields irrespective of religion, gender, caste and class, with or without remuneration. Remuneration means होता है salary. Remuneration means salary. If any salary, if any service are necessary from any person, the purpose of public welfare means भलाई करने के लिए, state military service in any field of religion, gender, caste, with or without remuneration, with money or without money. So right against the exploitation means shoshan, taking work from the worker or laborer without paying or less paying salary or wages, that considered as a punishable offense.